in the EVO, and let's do a little dyno pull. Let's see what this thing throws down. So start it off slow. Man, this engine does wind up quick when you tap it, though. It's got a pretty quick throttle response.
Oh, definitely. It's a smaller cubic inch.
All right.
It's like a little rotary motor.
Now we're rolling a little bit. Second gear. Third gear. Rolling 2000. Pull it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Red line. Uh-oh, fuel light came on. It's saying close hood and refuel.
That is the final number.
What's that? 222 at the wheels, huh?
With 240 pounds of torque.
Let's see what the numbers actually mean here. So, since you know how to read charts and I don't.
Definitely.
I didn't pass 5th grade, so.
Not a problem. Well, the EVO's putting down 240 pounds of torque at 4,400 RPM.
Uh-huh.
The horsepower is a pretty flat curve from 4,400 to about 75.
So you got a nice, actually a pretty good range of power there.
Oh, definitely broad, you know. Don't really know what's with the drop off right here. You lose about 10 from 6,500 to 7,500, but I'm sure with a little tuning.
So for those of us at home, does that really mean you actually want to shift here? Is that an optimal shift point?
That would be an optimal shift point because that is peak horsepower.
Yeah.
By shifting at that point will drop you right near peak torque.
Okay.
And keep you in the power band.
So the main power band here is 4,400 to 6,200.
Yes.
All right. So 222, 240 pounds of torque, and from 4,400 to 6,200 RPM. Now we get this thing off. Let's throw the Subaru on there. All right. This is stock STI map, right? Mm-hmm. And your car is no longer stock.
No, it is not.
But, so this was done, what, a couple months ago?
Yes.
All right. And so this is a max, what, 230 torque?
It peaks at 230.
And essentially 200?
Yes.
200, so it's actually a little less out the box.
Yes. Even though it has 305 at the flywheel, Subaru has more of a drivetrain loss.
Okay. So then what did you actually do to this guy here?
This thing has all of our own parts on it. It has our AMR BMI cold air intake system.
Okay.
Has one of our custom tuned maps.
Okay.
It has one of our top mount intercoolers specifically for the 08, along with one of our breather systems. And it has our custom downpipe with electric cutout.
All right, so intake, exhaust, software, and intercooler.
Yes.
Okay. So that would total for the customer how much money worth of work?
I would probably say 2,000.
2,000 bucks. Okay, so this car has the AMR downpipe in it with a stock catback, and let's see how that sounds. Sounds a little louder than the EVO, not super loud, but you know it's got a little something. And so now we're gonna let's cut out the mufflers entirely. Forget those. And here you go. Oh yeah. See, now you get the rumble, and now it's just yeah, that's loud. That's really loud. So I like loud though. So let's do the pull with it open.
That's what I would.
All right. Yeah, we'll do open pulls. Open pulls.
Open pulls.
All right. That's up 100 pounds. 90, about 90.
Yeah, about 90. 150. Yeah, about 90.
So for $2,000, you get 90 pounds of torque.
At the ground.
That's pretty nice. I like that. That's good.
And that is with a mild, everyday map, nothing crazy. Boost is
emissions legal.
Emissions legal. 19 to 20 pounds of boost. You know, safe, everyday drive, reliable.
You'll never blow it up. Totally bulletproof.
Totally reliable.
Now, just for curiosity's sake, let's do one more pull with it closed, and let's see how much power you gain by having the bypasses.
Sounds good.
This is with the closed mufflers, so we're running through the stock catback here. So the goal would be to see how much you gain by having open pipes there. All right, first gear. Second gear. Third gear. And fourth gear. So 259. All right, so you get an extra 15 horsepower by bypassing the mufflers there.
And you also get, as you can see here, a broader power band. See the difference in the torque?
Yeah,
the entire RPM band.
Okay.
You know, it's more of guys that want
top end power.
Thing. Yeah, definitely a track thing. You know, with this we have also, different tunes. If we were to put a higher octane in the car, the same tune, just tweak it a little more, we could push another 20, 30 out of the car in this form.
That was the car's 96th and 97th dyno pull.
Right there. You can see right there. In this form, in this modification too, this car goes 12.4 at over 112 mile an hour in a quarter mile.
So that's, for $2,000. What was stock? Did you run it stock?
Stock, 13.2 at 102.
So you drop 0.8 of a second in the quarter mile for $2,000 bucks.
Yes.
I mean, you can't really argue with that.
No.
That's pretty
not.
Sweet. Street tires, everything?
Totally stock form, and that was with my duffel bag, all my stuff in the trunk, everyday driven, radio on.
Just show up to the track and run it.
That's it. Don't take out no lightweight modifications. I mean, jacket and all.
Your job here is to tune cars, get more power, essentially,
Correct.
Right? Which is, as a tuner, which do you prefer to work on?
I prefer to work on the Subarus because.
Why is that?
Well, the ECU, for one hand, there's a lot more parameters in it to fine-tune the car.
Okay.
Where the EVOs are pretty generic. It's not really a lot of complication to tuning it.
So do you have to swap out the entire thing to tune those right?
No,
you can reflash it?
You can reflash it, but a lot of the things such as like knot correction is something the Subarus have where the EVOs do not.
Okay.
So a lot of little key features in there help the Subarus.
And from a consumer standpoint, if you want to buy a car, one of these two cars, with the idea of I'm going to tune this thing and I want to get the most, because I mean these cars are bang for your buck cars. That's the entire purpose of the car.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So because they skimp on a lot of the frills and they make it up for it in power and handling. So if I wanted to go say, all right, I want to get a turbocharged 4-cylinder car and I want to put a bunch of money into it, which car is my money going to go further?
You would go further in a Subaru than you would with the Mitsubishi.
Okay.
Reason being is because, well, a big part of it is the drivetrain is very weak on a Mitsubishi to begin with, and anyone who's a DSM lover knows that. Where the Subaru, I mean, we've tested their 6-speed tranny well over 800 horsepower and have not had any problems.
So you're talking about, to make big power in the Evos, you're going to be rebuilding bottom ends, rebuilding trannies, and diffs and stuff like that.
Of course.
Whereas these are a little more burly.
These are a lot more burly. And with very little mods, we can get 100 plus over the vehicle. Safely, you can double the horsepower limit of these vehicles and not have to dive into the motor.
Oh, really?
And pass emissions, you get great gas mileage and not have to worry about anything.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Here we are. Sold. Done and done.
Done.
Auto Master. This is me plugging Hempstead Mitsubishi. Thanks for the Evo.